Yeah. But in regards to the story that you're telling yourself, it most definitely sounds like a bit of a thriller one. There is, someone who's come back, put themselves on the line in service for their country, and through injury had to then redevelop themselves and figure out what else they could do and how they can continue to contribute like they have been trained to and how they wish to.
Well, exactly. A career-ending injury. The military is very unforgiving like that. It's you suffer a major injury, you're out. You can't do your job. Not that they don't want to retain you in any capacity, but a lot of people, it's that mental thing. Once they get injured, they don't feel they can carry out their role any longer, so they move on to something else. And I think that parallels with a lot of things in life. I mean, how many times throughout your career is someone going to get made redundant and they think that their whole career's gone down the toilet, and it's just not the case. People can rebuild their lives with the right attitude and the right support.
So share some of the challenges and highlights for yourself when writing this book, and maybe even some of those inspirations that helped you to continue to write specific parts or specific chapters in regards to Whiskey Lima Golf.
Oh, thank you. Yes, there's a lot of times when you get this imposter syndrome where you think, am I really good enough to write this? Is this a story that I should be telling? And then I always fall back on my personal experience in some of those places. And so there's quite a bit of me in a few of the characters. And so you sort of get stuck sometimes, and sometimes it's just a matter of getting out in nature and going for a walk and clearing the head, things like that. Give yourself some space, put it down, come back to it later. And it's amazing where you take inspiration. You'll hear a song on the radio, or you'll be talking, having a kōrero with someone, and they'll go, oh, that's a good idea. I wonder if I could use that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And how have you had much of a supports team in regards to the writing of this book, and reviewing maybe a chapter or two if you're needing that little bit more of feedback in regards to completing the book itself?
Yeah, well, my partner is my biggest supporter and critic, so it's like, she's certainly supported me and said, no, you get in there and write that. I'll cook the meal today and things like that. And she'll say, come on, I want to read the next chapter. Get on with it. So yeah, sort of have that sort of going on. So yeah, I'd have to give full credit to my partner about that.
Yes, it's always good to have a little bit of tautoko like that behind you when doing anything in life. But again, Darin, any final kōrero that you would like to share with our listeners up here in Te Taitukaro and Te Hiku in regards to what we could expect from Whiskey Lima Golf?
Look, I think it's definitely a Kiwi book, and it's set in, obviously it's fiction, but it's a New Zealand that Aotearoa is evolving into. It's something that I think it's got a lot of potential, that people can sort of go, you know what? Yeah, we can work together. We can do things. This is not hard if we all pull together. So I think that's the sort of thing. It's that supporting one another. We can do anything together.
Finally, could you just give a reminder for our listeners who will be interested in the book about the platforms that we could potentially purchase this book from or find it so we can have a little bit of a look at this thriller ourselves?
Okay. Look, if you go to my website, Batch Doctor Press, that's BACHDOCTORPRESS.com, or hunt it down on Amazon. Just Google Whiskey Lima Golf, Darin Dance, and it'll come up with all sorts of links. And the book will really appeal to all New Zealanders that are interested in a good yarn, want to have a bit of a laugh, maybe see a bit of themselves, and maybe have a bit of a think about mental health and growth and opportunities.
I appreciate you joining us to share about your book and all the efforts that you've put into it and finally being able to say that it was released on Friday. So really appreciate all the kōrero today and tāku kia koe tēnei wā kia matara, kia ora.
Ngā mihi nui.
Darin Dance, tērā koia rā te kaituhi o tēnei o ngā puka Whiskey Lima Golf. Nō reira ko kōrero kē ia mō tētahi tangata, kua tūruro ana ia i te pakangangari hoki mai ia ki te kainga, whai haere i tētahi atu mahi. Engari roto i te puka nei, ko kōrero kē ia, nā te mahi tahi o ngā tangata katoa, ka puta mai ngā hua. Ki roto nā no reira hakarongo tonu mai ki tō tātou reo irirangi o Te Hiku o Te Ika, iwa te kaumāwhitu, ira tahi te iarere.